Yeah, we're playing pretty good these last two games. I think our game against Northern Colorado in the second half is probably maybe the best half of basketball we've played from both offensive and defensive standpoints. We really locked down defensively, and then you had people like Morgan Wolfman came in the game and hit some threes, and then you had Ashley Smith, who probably has played her two best games these last two games, came in, and she really contributed. So, with having Morgan back now from mono and having Chelsea back from her concussion, we're trying to hit on all cylinders now. So,
Coach, how much fun is it having everybody back and knowing that you got your full complement of players now?
It's fun. It's fun to have different possibilities. And you can go to different people, and it's nice to have Chelsea back and put an experienced player out there, someone who's been through it before. But you do run into other problems. The problems are, you had some other younger players that were getting some minutes, and it was good from the standpoint that they had a chance to develop. But now you're in a situation where you really need to win games, and so they don't get a chance to play as much. So now they're not developing as much. So there's good and bad to it.
It's kind of weird how the season has gone so far, where you got off, at least the conference season, you got off to that great start, then you kind of had that lull, and it looks like you guys are picking it up again.
Yeah, it hasn't been very consistent, and there's so many different things that can impact the season, anywhere from injuries to illnesses to, other teams picking it up. You look at Sac State, who's won 7 in a row now, and looks really tough to beat. You've got that. You've got things like that to factor in. So, it's a constant adjustments. You never get a chance to sit back and let the kids just play. Things are always going to come up, and that's your job as a head coach to make adjustments to what happens.
Can you put your finger on anything specifically, Coach, as to maybe the recent turnaround for you guys?
Well, you've got Chelsea and Morgan coming back. I think that is a big part of it. You also are playing two of the schools that are in the lower end of the conference. That plays into it. Us figuring it out with such a young team, with 6 freshmen, you've got people who are starting to put things together. There's just, it's tough to just say one or two things. And then you have seniors who kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel here. They understand that, hey, my playing career is almost over now. And you've just seen leadership and focus that I haven't necessarily seen all the time, especially out of Juana. Juana was very interesting to watch her in practice at Northern Arizona and in shoot-arounds, how vocal she was, making sure that the freshmen were focused. And she's asking questions not because she doesn't know the answers to them. She asks questions because she thinks the freshmen don't know answers to them, but they're not asking the right questions. So it's interesting to see the seniors step up.
And then stepping up on the court as well, right? Not just off the court, but what a weekend for talking about that.
Yeah, Juana did a tremendous job, especially in the first half against Northern Arizona, where she hit 3 threes. She went 3 for 3. After she hit the first 2 threes, we actually ran a play for her to shoot the third one, which she made, and so she scored well. She rebounded really well, and even her defense is picking up a little bit.
How much does that mean to a team like yours to have a senior step up like that this late in the year?
Oh, you have to have it. It's you've got to have at least 1 or 2 go-to players who can create a shot or can step up when you need it. It's tough to ask a freshman to do that who's not very experienced.
And then kind of going forward here, what's your message to the team, for this week and for the remaining games on the schedule?
Well, we're gonna take it a game at a time. We need to get ready to play Weber. Weber always plays with a lot of intensity, regardless of their record. They play hard, and so we've got to be ready to meet that. And they're gonna play a couple of different defenses against us, so we have to be ready for that. And then after that, we've got 2 of the top teams in the conference coming to Pocatello to play, and it would be nice to win some of the games that maybe some people think you're not supposed to win. And people will think, oh yeah, well, you're supposed to beat Northern Colorado and NAU. But it would be nice to have Eastern Washington, Portland State come in here, and maybe we can steal 1 or 2. And then going into senior night against Sac State, it'd be nice to see if we can, take care of the ball a little bit better. The first time we played them, we had 32 turnovers. And it ended up being a 9-point game, and it was a 4-point game at one point towards the end of the second half. So it'd be interesting what would happen if we took a little bit better care of the ball. Would we have a chance to beat them?
Is there a number of wins that you have in mind? Like, do you have to win 2 of these last 3, or
I'd like to win all of them. We want to win all of them, but I haven't put a number on it. I don't want to, put that expectation on the girls. I want them just to play hard and to focus on one game at a time, one play at a time.
We asked you this earlier in the year, but now as you have almost a full season under your belt for a lot of those freshmen, if you guys do get in the tournament and you kind of continue to carry some momentum, are you a dangerous team in this conference?
I think so. I think we've got, the size. I think we have enough athleticism. I think we have people who can shoot the ball. I think we have people who can handle the ball. I think, we can defend really well at times. So I think we're definitely not someone you can look past. And one of our goals is to try to get that 4th or 5th spot at least, or better. And the reason why is Eastern Washington, Montana, or Portland State is going to finish 3rd. So you don't want to be the 6th seed playing the 3rd in the first round of the conference tournament, because you're going to play a really tough team. It'd be nice to play, the 5th or 4th place team and have a chance to get a warm-up game, hopefully win it, moving into the next game.
Katie, anything?
Chelsea Pickering's advancement. I mean, you said she's going to be tough as far as getting back into conditioning, but within 2 games it seemed like she picked up.
I don't know. Some people are that's one thing about Chelsea. She doesn't have to be in the weight room much, and she'll have a 6-pack. She'll look like a physical specimen, without having to do much. And some people are just built that way, and it's been impressive how she's been able to get in shape so quickly. And it hasn't been without doing extra. She's definitely been doing extra after practices. We've been doing some conditioning and things with her, but it's impressive. You're at 7,000 feet, and she's playing like she's totally fine. She's playing 20-something minutes. So it's impressive to see how quickly she's come around.